up. Who's some niggas in the cave?
You turn it up a little more.
Oh, you start the whole demonstration. Reality Embrace ain't hit already. Yeah, more. Blast that, man. Blast that, man.
Get my brother out that cage. Get my partner out that grave. Changed our history from being slaves. Master at an early age. How we lose from niggas in a cage. I think about our destiny every day. How we make our roles into some race. I stripped it out my will. I had to learn to sacrifice.
Might have to play
live clean and there's a power to be gained. How you think I got sold out to at Apollo stage? A rocky start to a higher creed. High level conversations what we need. Handle the game like a Kyrie. Courtside with Wall Street, watching Jaylen Brown. We on TV, see that story crown. Just to let them know the guys is round. That young black Muslim from the town. Turn into a global leader now.
Yeah, y'all ain't heard that sample before. That's all y'all go get for that look. But we got so many different vibes though. We got smooth. We got some for the ladies. We got player vibes. You know what I'm saying? We got aggressive. You know what I mean? We got energy. What you mean you ain't got that? That's the first song you would have.
Wait a minute. I do get it.
That's all I can play. The rest I gotta get to the people.
18. Learn how to move, learn how to walk, learn how to talk, learn how to think, learn how to walk through these snakes, and learn how to be who the fuck you gon' be. Learn how to change the atmosphere when you walk in the room and make it clear. Learn how to bring your energy no matter where you at, don't ever go be no square. And ain't never gon' move with no fear, and ain't never gon' be compared. And you don't walk in the room unless you know your research, you prepared. You gon' walk that talk till your feet gon' hurt, and ain't nobody gon' push you in the dirt. Gotta know yourself, gotta know your work, gotta be conscious and do your work. Do it from instinct, I'm back on my grizzly. That savage fight technique, straight from the concrete. The highest level that the I see. I fly over vultures, shift in the culture. Vegan plate with the okra. My ex-mama say she miss me. Star crescent out where it's gleaming. Goddesses come in the energy. Sometimes I want a white, other times I want a genie. My frequency elevated at the level gravity don't go against me. Simply, I'm a K-I-N-G. Whatever you think and remember. I got two minds, one want wealth and one who just want the riches. I got two minds, that one want wife and the one who just want the bitches. I got two minds, one to go eat what he want, the one who think health. I got two minds, that want to be famous, the one who keep to himself. I got two minds, I got two minds, I got two minds, I got two minds.
Hell yeah, Steve rap too. He also.
I got two minds, I got two minds, I got two minds. I got two minds. One is a slave, one is free. One is desires, one is needs. One is a god and one is a nigga. One is afraid, one pulling that trigger. One is a gangster, one want peace. One want war, one want mobs. One want streets, and one want mob. One want fast, and one want eat. One to be ready, the one to be heavy. They talking a lot. This one is a whoop. The one is refugee, the one that's go bark. The one that's go move when you on that hunt. One that don't play no games, don't talk that, cause y'all know what I will go do. I might whisper, I might shout, but y'all are know I got two minds. One on one wealth, one who just want the riches.
Cut, man. That's all they get. That's all they get, man. Somebody actually said AI generated. AI ain't got that goddamn good. No, I just think about the different vibes. I think the Two Minds song for me is like, I heard it, I was walking, And it just came to me like I got two minds. I was listening to this beat and it just came to me because it's reality. You feel me? Really do got two minds. Peace to the God. Like, and I think it allows people to see their duality in themselves. Like, you know, you faking if you say that you don't have two minds, but it's about which one that you feed. You feel me? Like sometimes, you know, people talking all this extra conscious, like they perfect and stuff, but it's like, man, I'm a real human being. It's like I'm disciplined, but I might walk and see some ass walking. But then I might be back on my Zen Buddha. Like, I ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it a buckaroo. Like, it's just real. You feel me? Like, I think it's fake and it's unrelatable when people, like Nipsey say, try to display this perfect image, man. That's not even livable. I think the realest man is one who shows up as his true self, but he honors his higher self. You know what I mean? Instead of feeds his weaker self. And and if you want to, and if you work hard enough, there ain't no man on the planet that can't, you know, defeat his lower self. I'm gonna say it like that, but it may depending on how long you've been feeding your lower self is how strong it is. I'm gonna just say that. Depending on how long you've been feeding is how strong it is. So the battle that is required for you to defeat your lower self, you know what I mean, will take longer than some other people, regardless of how high level you are. And that's why a great man can fall into temptation. You feel me? So, but if you really have that desire to defeat that lower side, you go constantly empower your higher self with all of the energy, all the power, and you go fight 1,000 battles until you win. You go fight 1,000 battles till you win. So we got two minds. You feel me? So that was one that I wanted to get to the culture, to be like, it's okay that you have these two minds, but just make sure that you feed the right one at the end of the day. Like, that's what it's about. That's it. You know what I'm talking about? This is gonna be probably, I think, my most joyful process of putting together this album, because we put in a lot of hours so far. Just enjoying, having vibes. Like, I learned a lot about myself as I want to articulate my journey and who I am on this album, and like my story, because I got so many stories. I got so many stories, and getting my stories out has been a challenge, because I'm not programmed to talk about my past. I'm programmed to talk about my future. You feel me? So learning how to get my stories out is my process that I've been going through. It's almost like therapy, because I be remembering stuff and be like, damn, man, say this, put that in there. You feel me? So this been dope. So the goal, and I'm going to just give y'all the game, man. Listen, forget the followers. That number don't matter. What matters is your core base. What matters is your real audience. What matters is the people who really rock with you. You feel me? Those are the ones that's gonna lock in. And then I got a whole nother album process that I can't reveal yet, but it's gonna change the game, because I just been studying what's going on, and I'm like, why get in the game, use all your creativity to make the album, but then follow somebody else's process when you pushing it out. So I never like when creatives stop being creative after they create the art. The creativity has to be in the whole process. Do things your way is the vibe. I've let some prominent, some real, you know what I'm saying? I let Hit Boy listen to some, man. He gave me some feedback on some solid ones that he liked. You feel me? My bro ASAP Ferg listened to that. He liked that joint right there, that Two Minds. Man, we let a lot of people listen to this album, and or at least some of the songs. I ain't gonna say the whole album, but just to get some feedback on it, man. You know, I like learning from people who have been mastering the game, You know, I sent a couple tracks to Joey Badass, let him take a listen to it. He gave me some feedback. You feel me? But that's part of my process. Like, yeah, it's the music I make, and then it's the science to the magic. And I've been learning a lot of science to the magic. You feel me? Like, I want to make sure that you really get your real voice out. And then Rand's been telling me things about how to create a hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, creating a hit is a science. It's not the magic. Like, it's very rare somebody just go in the studio and they just create a hit without knowing any of the science. You feel me? That's rare in today's time, because it usually goes through different iterations. And some songs that you hear out now on the radio that's booming, they had recorded that song 5 years ago and had been working a record You know what I mean? Half a decade to get it out there and in position. So it's like artists I see struggling today trying to figure out, how to maintain their passion for their art and the love and then monetize it so that they can make a living without the social pressures, you feel me, of being mature and getting them a real job, as people call it. And, I had this conversation with my younger brother the other day, like, bro, it's about the science. You got all the magic already. But if you ain't got the science, then you can't form a leg into a system that can create success, right? And sometimes the science is not about disrupting your style and how you put together the magic, but it's how you sell it. If you don't know how to sell, you don't know how to strategize, you don't know how to brand. The word strategize comes from stratios, or however you enunciate that, but breaking it apart into war, right? Like having a plan for war. So it's like business is warfare. You fighting against the attention of other artists that's constantly trying to keep it gripped. You look at somebody like Sexy Red. She is plugged into $1 billion machine. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may be a ghetto girl from the hood that want to go out there and make classics that people go listen to and chant, but you ain't got that machine behind you. But if you study people that got machines, then what you're watching is the science. Like, what are they doing for that person, and why aren't you doing that for yourself? Because sometimes you got to be your own machine. So, I'm not going to get in no gang that I'm not going to study. You feel me? I'm not just going to get in and be like, at first I was like, I'm just going to put it out there, but I realized that wasn't the mastery of me talking. That was the insecurity of me talking. That was like, I'm going to put it out there so there's no pressure to where if I just put out a mixtape and say, oh, whoever listen to it, listen to it. Shoot videos to it. Build a community around it. Figure out the niche and the colors. Figure out, to master the science. Learn, develop yourself the same way I do everything else. Go at this with the master's ear. You feel me? In the master's process. So, that's why a project that I wanted to put out months ago, you feel me, has been evolving over time. And the longer I take to create, the better it gets. But I'm like, why deprive some of the fans from being able to listen to it in the meantime? You feel me? Like, the world gets to hear the finished version, but the true fans get to hear the living album, the working process. You got to understand the game, man. Everybody has a science that they can implement in their business. Whether you braid hair, right? Or whether you fight in the UFC, or whether you an artist, right? You have to have in science to how you go about experimenting to get a process done that can have consistent results. See, it's not a science until you can get the same results from the same process over and over and over, right? So there are some people that know how to, they put out there that The Dream wrote a lot on Beyonce's album. He is a person that I'm sure can articulate and understands the science of it because he has been making hits over and over and over, right? And there's people that when people want to make a hit, they call them people. You feel me? They call them, like, because they know, like, hey, you may be a magical being, but I'm a scientist, so I can take all of those components that you have and I can put you inside a process. And that's what they call making a star or making a hit. They never say creating, they say making, right? Creating is the magic because you're creating something from nothing, right? But making is taking resource that's already there, right? And producing something from that. But I know the biggest thing for an artist to have is a vision, right? And it really goes across all fields. If you don't have a vision for where you want to be, it's much harder. I'm going to be honest with you. No matter what you're doing in life. And maintaining the passion that you had at the moment that you committed to the idea, well after that passion has disappeared, and keeping that momentum the same way, if you can master that, the world is yours. The world is yours. So that's what we teach, right? We teach magic and science. Even when we talk about these intelligent machines and these intelligent tools, we first teach you how to use your mind, because you have to combine your mind with these external machines. Then you have to combine your visions, right? So that you can use it for your specific purpose. Come on now, I want to see more scientists in our communities. You know what I mean? How many people walk up to you and be like, bro, I'm a scientist. Like, that's the revolution. Like, scientists are the revolutionaries because they built the world. They evolved the world. You can't build no civilization without science. It's not an evolved civilization with technology and medicine, right, and farming and development. You can't do it. Like, that's what we need in the world. More scientists, more engineers, more mathematicians. More mathematicians. We have the art already. We got the art down pack. I'm not gonna lie. We got art everywhere. All we got is artists, right? But we need more scientists. You know what I'm saying? We don't have the STEM. We got just the A.
No, we got it.
That's the artist. The artists are the magic. The artist creates something from nothing. The scientist doesn't do that. He takes known things, right, and he produces an experiment with those things, hypothesize, philosophize, you know. But the architects, the engineers, the mathematicians, man, that's what we need the most.